Hey guys, we're just having an interesting chat with one of our motorsport development program riders, and something came up. We're talking about anxiousness on race day, and I figured that was something that I haven't spent a lot of time talking about on our live streams. So that's something that we're going to talk about. Just going to open up this window because I'm getting a bit hot, and then I'll take my jumper off. That would probably been the smarter idea. Anyway, what we're going to talk about is anxiousness on race day, okay? And how to be able to overcome that. Because I know that this is an issue for a lot of riders and racers out there. Because obviously you're taking your riding seriously, you're taking your racing seriously. You want to make sure you're going out there and doing well. And a lot of people tend to put a lot of pressure on themselves leading into race day, trying to control things that they just can't control. So I want to give you some actionable stuff today. Rather than just the philosophical stuff or the theory. I want to give you some stuff that you guys can actually start to action, start to implement, and start to roll with and be able to get results from. So the important thing to first note, the first big key. I've lost the word. The key distinguishment. I'm going to use that word until I find the proper word. The key takeaway, the key thing that we need to be able to look at is how anxiousness comes about. Okay, so it's important to note when we focus on the past and things that have happened, we get depressed. Okay, when we think about the future and we try and change things in the future, that's when we start to get anxious and nervous. Okay. So obviously the ideal is to be able to sit bang on in the middle, which means focusing on the present and what's happening now. Okay, now I know that's easier said than done for race day, so I'm going to give you guys some tactics, some actual tangible stuff that you can start to do and start to implement. So when you're coming up to race day, in terms of mindset, okay, looking at personal development work, looking at how the mind works, what we focus on is what we get more of. And I want to use this example with you. So there's a few of you guys on here. Shout out if you're on here. Can you give me a comment or a like? Let me know that you're on here. I want to see who's on here. Because I want to give you guys something that you can actually implement right now. That we're going to do while we're on this call. Is anyone on yet? Looking a little bit quiet. That's all right. You guys are probably at work. So what I want you to be able to do, guys that are watching this when the replay is on, I want you to look around you at the moment. Okay? And I want you to pick out all the things that are blue. I want you to come up with a mental note for me of everything that is blue around you. Okay? Everything that's blue. So have a look around, find everything that's blue, okay? And keep a mental note. Now what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes. Okay? So close your eyes. And now I want you to tell me how many things around you are red. Okay? How many red items are there? And see how many you come up with. Okay? And now I want you to open your eyes. Okay? And now I want you to have a look at how many actual red things there are around you. Okay? How many things did you miss? Right? Because what we focus on is what we get more of. When I tell you to look for all the blue things, you go and purposely look out and hunt out all the blue things that are there. Okay? Likewise, when I ask you to look for something that you haven't been looking for, you can't find it. Right? So when you rock up to race day and you're trying to, you want to be able to be positive, you want to be able to perform well, but all you're focusing your attention on is not performing well, not doing the best thing by your family, okay? Not performing well, crashing, getting hurt, not being able to qualify, not getting a quick enough time in practice. Whatever it is, that's what we get more of because that's where we're focusing our attention. Now, you probably had this same experience in terms of cars, okay? So I like my cars, specifically sports cars, as well. So when I'm out on the road or there's new cars out, and I see one, I go, oh yeah, shit, I like that one. I'm going to have that one. Okay. And so what that means is when I pick out that car, I go, okay, I've never seen one of those before. That's an awesome car. Sweet. What is it? I check it out, have a look what it looks like, have a look what the model is, who makes it. All right. And then what happens once I do that? These cars pop up everywhere. Okay. It was a car I'd never seen before. Okay. That's all of a sudden appeared. That's caught my attention, and then all of a sudden I see them everywhere. And you guys have probably had this experience as well, Okay, and what does that demonstrate is that where you focus your attention is what you get more of. Okay, when you focus all your attention on a certain thing, that's what you start to get more of. So in terms of anxiousness and nervousness, when you're coming up to race day, when you're going for a ride, when you've got a big event coming up, if you're focusing all your attention on all the shit stuff or that could or maybe that might go wrong, that's what you're going to get more of. Okay, because that's where you're focusing your attention. So we want to be able to make sure that we reverse this. Hey Joshua, we want to make sure that we reverse this, and we want to make sure that we're focusing on the good stuff, the positive things that are going to come up. And the only way to be able to do that is to be able to focus on the positive things. We need to be able to force more good stuff in here. So this is a tangible thing for you guys to do. What I want you to do on race day, okay, and every morning leading up until race day, as soon as you get up, I want you to write down a list of 10 things that you're grateful for. Okay, 10 things that you're grateful for. No matter how bad your circumstance is, 10 things that you're grateful for. And what this is going to help to do is help to plug in a whole heap of positive stuff at the start of every day, including race day, before you've even started, because we're going to be focusing on more of the positive stuff by intentionally, consciously getting ourselves to force ourselves to look at the good side. Okay, look at all the good stuff we had. Often we get things get overlooked. Okay, and we tend to be fairly negative people in general. We focus on all the stuff that isn't happening, that isn't going right, and that's just a safety mechanism. Okay, back in the caveman days, we're always looking out for things that were going to hurt us or cause harm, and then we do the same these days. Okay, but obviously on a lot bigger scale now. So we're focusing on all these things that are going to harm us, that could cause us an issue, that probably aren't. And we're not focusing enough on the good stuff. And when we focus more on that good stuff and we're grateful for what we have, we start to pick out and really pick out all those things that we're grateful for. We start to get more of that stuff. And you wonder why? It's not because more of it's there. It's not because more of it appears. It's because we're focused on it more, okay? That we actually see it coming up, which means that you're not going to be as nervous or as anxious because you're going to be looking at the positive side of things. You're going to be looking at the good things and all the things that you're grateful for. So that's a tangible exercise. It might sound silly for some of you, okay? Getting up and writing down your thoughts and your emotions on a piece of paper. There's a lot of you that are probably going, yep, I can cross that one off the list, okay? I'm not going to do that. And that's your loss. You cannot do that. That's your choice, okay? But if you want to be able to deal with these things, you need to be able to deal with the source, and that's with the mind, okay? That's where all this is happening. That's where all this is being created. So we need to be able to fix it. Awesome, Josh. We need to be able, Joshua. Sorry, I keep calling you Josh. I don't know if you prefer Josh or Joshua. What we want to be able to make sure is that we've got our mind clear. Okay, we know exactly what we focus on, and that's not going to help you just on race day. That's going to change the way you live your life because your relationships are going to be a lot stronger. Your connection with your friends and family members is going to be a lot stronger because you're going to be grateful and you're going to understand. You're going to understand how they're coming to their thought processes, how they're perceiving things as well, and help you to better understand other people as well, which means that in general, you're going to be a lot happier. Your emotions are going to be a lot more even. They're not going to be up and down, happy, sad, happy, sad. We're going to be able to live a life of more enjoyment, a life of a heap more happiness, which means that we get a heap more action out of ourselves, and we become a heap more resourceful. We're more consistent with our nutrition. We kick some big goals, and we keep progressing, okay? And that's what everyone wants, to be able to grow, to be able to be better. That's what brings fulfillment and enjoyment and happiness. Life Coach 101. That's right, Anthony. Try my best. So that's what we need to be able to work on from the gratitude side of things, okay? Being able to get up, being able to put your thoughts on paper, being able to write things down, and being able to push as much good shit in here as you possibly can, so that we get rid of all the other shit that's not serving us, that's not helping us. So there's some tangible stuff for you guys. Also, like I mentioned in that other live stream for you guys that are following, we're gonna have our clinic next Wednesday, okay, which will be at 8 p.m. Victoria, New South Wales time, which is our secrets to success. Okay, secrets to racing and training success. Well, we're going to be going through a heap on training, on mindset, nutrition, strength training, the whole lot. This clinic's more advanced, so it's more based on races. So for you guys that have been racing for a bit, that are looking to really step up your training and racing, and you want that edge, you're looking for those 1%ers. That's what we're going to be able to go through. So I'll put the link down below. A good gauge to see if this is for you or not for you is how many hours are you putting into developing your knowledge on the latest and greatest in fitness and performance, okay? And if that's not matching the amount of time that you're putting into your bike, then you definitely need to be there. So I'll stick the link in the comments after I finish this for you guys, and you can register there and jump on board. Got a few spots left. So remember, train hard, race harder, get cracking with those gratitude exercises, and leave some feedback. Get back to me in a week or two. Scroll back to this video. Let me know how you've gone. Implement. Remember, the results are in the execution, not in the information, okay? So get cracking. You guys have a great night. Hope you guys are training hard. We'll speak to you soon. See ya.